there was a nationally televised game on Saturday. Well, at least I thought there was one until I watched it and realized it wasn't a game at all. Cleveland Cavaliers got stomped out by the Houston Rockets. It was an exercise in futility. Everybody sucked. Everybody was garbage. Don't even really want to go over the numbers, really. LeBron James had 11 points, which is absolutely just disgusting and demoralizing. LeBron James may be a front runner, point blank period. And I don't mean this in the sense of, not being able to, come back. Obviously, he overcame deficits in his career, and, he came back from a 3-1 deficit, even though that's a bit convoluted within itself because there were some extenuating factors that contributed to this. LeBron James might really be a front runner when it comes to his mentality. Imagine you're a player on the court, or you're on your team. Everything's going well. You guys are balling. You're blowing teams out. You basically have a stacked team. You got the best shooter on your team, best rebounder, best defender, and you got the best ball handler on your team. So usually when a case like that, the games are competitive. You're blowing teams out. So what do? You guys switch it up. You guys say, well, you know what? Since we've been whipping you guys so badly, let's switch up teams. You guys get the shooter. This way we can make things fair and even. And you notice one thing, the shooter or one of the best guys on the team that went to the sucky team, he doesn't play as hard. He's not trying as hard. He's slowly getting demoralized because his team isn't as good anymore. He doesn't want to play the game anymore. It's like, nah, keep teams how they were. That's LeBron James. LeBron James mentally, when things are going well for him in terms of his personnel, in terms of him feeling like he can win a championship, he's all fine and dandy. He gives you big numbers. He's balling out. He feels like he has a chance. He's going to do everything it is because he's front running. He's in the mode where, hey, man, I could do it. I'm good. I'm stacked up. I got guys behind me. Let's go. The minute that he feels that there's some adversity in terms of players not being healthy or, him not having the right personnel, his production begins to dwindle. You see that in the month of January where he's been lamenting the fact that he's been unable to get Paul George and Eric Bledsoe, and the Cavs still haven't made a move, and the trade deadline's coming up soon. And you see how he's been playing. He's been playing not like himself. And it's crazy because LeBron James is a model of consistency, but that model of consistency only remains if he feels like he has a shot. If you look at the nationally televised games, they're 0-8. And they're 0-8 due to the simple fact that he doesn't feel that they have a shot against the upper echelon teams. Therefore, he doesn't play as hard. And that's the front-running mentality. He's like, why waste my energy if we're going to lose anyway? That's a front-runner's mentality. Because if he felt like, okay, we could possibly win this game, he'll play harder than how he played. A lot of people bring up the fact that Isaiah Thomas has been horrible and Jay Crowder's been terrible. Those guys have been terrible, but LeBron James has been terrible as well. And one thing he can control is his energy and his effort. He can't control the guys hitting shots or guys defending very well, but he can defend. He can control his communication with his teammates. He can control his effort with loose balls and turnovers. He can control his effort getting back on defense. He hasn't been doing that the whole month of January, and even in the beginning of the season, he's been taking plays off. That being said, that just shows you once again the front-running mentality that he has. A lot of people will do this. Hey, LeBron overcame a deficit before, or that before. But there's a lot of key moments in Miami when they're about to lose the championship, and everything was going down. LeBron, he hit a 3 and got close to but everybody pretty much knew that it was over. It was basically a wrap. Did you see the way that he played down the stretch of that Game 6? If it wasn't for Ray Allen hitting that shot, I don't even know if LeBron will ever come back from that. Even worse, if you think about this, when they were playing against Dallas and he had that whole meltdown, everybody's like, well, he froze up in the situation and they were making jokes about him with the fourth quarter or whatever. But here's the thing about that. In Dallas, when they were playing against Dallas, he felt like, okay, we're going to lose. So I'm not gonna go ham like I usually do. It's just something about him. It's a front runner's mentality. You saw it in the fourth quarters against Dallas. You saw it in Miami. You know what I'm saying? Where if Ray Allen doesn't hit that shot, it's like LeBron's not gonna do that. And plus, Here's one thing about the whole front runners mentality that is 100% accurate. Popovich in that series laid off of LeBron, let him shoot. Game 7, he took shots, he hit them. But throughout the rest of the series, he was scared to hit the shots. And that's that front runners mentality. Like, hey, like, you know, I'm not that guy or whatever. I'm not ahead. We're not ahead, so I gotta be careful. You know, we're not ahead, and I'm not gonna do it anyway. I'm not gonna go all out anyway. We're seeing this now in Cleveland, where him not having the squad that he wants, like that whole Kyrie and Love combination, because he felt like with that combination we could win championships. They won in 2016, and you know 2015 they had a 2-1 lead. So he's like, okay, when I know with my guys we could do it. Now that he doesn't have what he wants and how they're playing, that his whole mentality is shifted. I'm not gonna play as hard. I'm not gonna try as hard. You know, I would rather just play out the season. I'd rather not even go to the finals in this case. And that's just my opinion of what's going on. Because people are saying that players quit on LeBron. He's quit on the team. You can't be on national televised game and score 11 points. And you're the best player in the world. The best player in the world could score 11 points in his sleep. He could get 2 layups and go to the foul line 4 times, and he'll have 11 points. And that's what's killing me. It's just like, what's really going on with him? It's more than just the team is not playing well, or you're not getting the personnel you want. It's a mentality. I'll give you an example of a lot of guys that played on really sucky teams, like Tracy McGrady. He's not taking any nights off. He's not giving you 11 points. He's not going 0 for 8 in a every televised game that's on national TV against the top rated opponents. Allen Iverson, he didn't have the best team, but he wasn't giving you 11 points. He wasn't giving you weak energy or weak effort. And a lot of people say, well, LeBron is model consistency. I agree with you, but only when he knows or he feels that he can win. If deep down inside, if there's a notion that he's an underdog or something, he's not going to give you what he normally gives you. And what I mean is the competitive nature to win, just to win. Like, he'll get stats sometimes, but he's not going to give you what it takes to win if he feels like they're underdog. Look at the last year's finals against Golden State. LeBron averaged a triple-double. That's all people can say about LeBron. He averaged a triple-double. But when he was averaging a triple-double, the games were all foregone conclusions. It wasn't like the triple-double was pushing the team closer to winning each single game. It's just him getting his numbers. It's him doing him. It's him doing him. That's just the bottom line. Whenever it's like to the point where he feels like, okay, like it's a wrap, I'm just gonna do me. And that's the front runner's mentality. Like, I'm not gonna try as hard, I'm not gonna get back on defense, I'm just gonna do me. You saw it in the finals. There were a lot of plays he took off on defense, and he was getting beat on defense. And it wasn't like, well, you know, KD's that much better than LeBron or nothing like that. Yeah, everybody still feels LeBron's better than KD, so it's nothing like that at all. It's just like whenever he feels like he's an underdog, he plays in a different way. I can't explain it 100% to you, but he doesn't come with that same King James attitude. You saw it in the finals last year. He was like, I'm stressed out about the Golden State Warriors. Every single series before the Warriors, they basically swept through it. Besides the Celtics series, with 12-1, get to the ball to the Golden State Warriors. I'm stressed out. It's like, dude, come on, man. Just because you're underdog doesn't mean you should approach the game differently or stop putting pressure. You'll see a lot of games he'll stop putting pressure on opponents. Even in when they won the championship, when they were down 3-1, that pivotal game 4, where they went down 3-1, LeBron had like 20 points, and he wasn't attacking the basket. It's just the front runner's mentality. It's just like, we're gonna lose anyway. Even there was a team meeting this year where they were finally calling LeBron out on missing plays and not getting back on defense. He says, well, yeah, it's fine. Blame it on me. I gotta do everything anyway. It's just like that. That's that mentality that you can see it playing itself out on the court, and it's rubbing his teammates the wrong way. His teammates feel like he doesn't believe in them because they're not front runners. Like, they're not first in the East right now, They have a poor record. They're 5 games behind Toronto Raptors. He feels like they're not gonna win the finals. Kevin Love is out, so it's just mentally he's checked out, and that's the thing. Like, he'll lock in at points and give him points. Don't get me wrong, but there's certain times like, hey, like LeBron has a triple-double. LeBron's been playing great, but the team loses. It's like, dude, I would rather you go 0 for 7 for 28 than have great numbers and still lose by 20. Like, I'd rather you actually try to win the game instead of showing me how great you are. And that's the difference between a guy that's a competitor 100% of the time, win or lose, as opposed to a guy that is a front runner. A front runner, they'll play really well when they know the odds are stacked for them. They have a great team, they have great teammates, they have a weak opponent, stuff like that. A competitor, it doesn't matter who you put on the court, they're going to play the same way every single time. And what I saw against Houston is LeBron James was not playing the same way that he normally plays. He was not trying to win that game, defensively or offensively. He wasn't trying to win because he felt like it was a foregone conclusion. We're going to lose. And in that essence, he's giving up on his team. In essence, that's the front runner's mentality. That's what I see in LeBron James. This is Vlad from Hoops Junction. Hoops means hoopla.